Hey guys, Star Wars fans, we're back with another video, and today I will be talking about Star Wars The Last Jedi. But before I begin my review, I just want to get something out of the way. This review will contain spoilers. Usually if the movie's still in theaters, I'll upload an extended cut with spoilers, along with a version without spoilers. But this movie, I feel like I need to, I couldn't really, cut it out because I think I'd be talking about, there are certain things I want to go in depth with. It's not like with the Emoji Movie where it was so bad that I just couldn't do a non-spoiler version, but there are certain plot points I do want to discuss here that will go into spoiler territory. So I recommend before watching this review, go watch Star Wars The Last Jedi and then come back to here. So yeah, with all that out of the way and without further ado, let's start the review.
When you hold me in your arms so tight, you let me know everything's alright. I'm hooked on a feeling, I'm high on believing.
Star Wars The Last Jedi is a 2017 film directed by Rian Johnson and stars Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, Adam Driver, Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, Oscar Isaac, Andy Serkis, Lupita Nyong'o, Domhnall, Gleeson, Anthony Daniels, Gwendoline, Christie, Kelly Marie Tran, Laura Dern, and Benicio del Toro. And what this film's about is Rey tries to go to Luke for training, and Luke doesn't want to train Rey because he just wants to die after the mistakes he made with training Ben Solo. And meanwhile, Kylo Ren is trying to prove himself to Snoke that he can be the best Sith. And also there's a subplot with Finn and this new character named Rose, whose sister died, that and they are looking for a code breaker to help the resistance. And yeah, as you can tell, this movie is really big. Now, I was really looking forward to Star Wars The Last Jedi. Star Wars The Force Awakens and Rogue One I really liked, so I was confident in Disney with The Last Jedi, and this movie had some really good trailers and everything. But then let's talk about Rotten Tomatoes. Critics were at a 90, but actual people have a 49% last time I checked. And I honestly was really surprised about that. And I looked at some of the stuff, and some of it was it was too different because apparently Force Awakens wasn't different at all. Wasn't different enough, I guess. And this one was too different, so I guess there is a boundary. And also I found on a review of Shape of Water from audiences that a rant of Star Wars The Last Jedi, which is basically proof of botting because they accidentally posted it onto the wrong page. And yeah, but I was honestly going in with high hopes, and to be honest, I don't really understand the 49% because I thought this was a really good movie. Now, I just want to begin this review by stating that this movie is very ballsy. Obviously with, for example, Luke dying and Leia not dying. This movie did have a lot of balls. And yeah, this movie, I like the direction it was going with all the balls it had. And also, not to mention the disappointment factors. For example, people were wondering who is Snoke, and then to be honest, it doesn't even really matter anymore because he's dead. And Rey's parents, alright, Rey's parents in the movie were revealed as nobodies that didn't want Rey and traded her in for I don't know, weapons or something. I think they have some sort of significance still because they because they obviously do have the Force. It's because Rey had the Force, so they probably have a reason behind it, and I just, yeah. And this movie was also great on a visual spectacle. Like, in 2015, I was not really happy with the Academy Awards because Star Wars: The Force Awakens was robbed of an Oscar over Ex Machina. It was robbed for best visual effects, and this movie has visual effects that are also great on the level of Force Awakens. I'm not really saying it should win an Oscar, only because, like, there are other movies this year that deserve the Oscar more than Last Jedi, but this movie does have some beautiful imagery, and two scenes in particular. First off, the throne room throwdown between with Kylo Ren and Rey killing all those officers. That was actually a really cool scene. I wouldn't really call it the best Star Wars scene in the decade. Like, well, actually, probably the best scene in the movie, but not really the best Star Wars scene in the decade because it's a Darth Vader scene. But still, that was honestly a really cool scene to watch. And another one is the lightsaber battle between Kylo Ren and Luke when, like, Luke is basically distracting Kylo Ren, and I honestly really thought that was really cool on how Luke could actually project himself like that. But you gotta wonder, like, how is he able to do that? And also, how was that able to kill him? Like, I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation, but, like, I just wonder. Also, the acting in the movie. Mark Hamill is at his best as Luke Skywalker. Carrie Fisher is also really good as Leia. And I also did, like, a bunch of the other characters, like, for example, Benicio del Toro as the Codebreaker in the movie. I thought he did a really good job in the movie, and I also did like his character in the movie. Andy Serkis as Snoke was also pretty cool to watch, despite his, like, somewhat limited screen time, and also, I really liked Adam Driver in his performance. Even though Force Awakens I thought was a better movie, I actually have to say his performance improved in this movie. And also, Daisy Ridley. And this movie also raised a lot of questions. For example, obviously I mentioned who are Rey's parents really? And also there's a scene where, like, at the closing shot of the movie where the kid uses the Force to grab the broom, you have to wonder who that is, and you have to wait 2 years for J.J. Abrams to answer the question for you. And I honestly really like how they did that, like with The Force Awakens, where you had a whole lot of questions, and yeah, they're going to be answered in 2 years. That is really cool. However, as sad as it is to admit this, even I had issues with The Last Jedi. For example, the Finn Rose subplot, I didn't really find particularly interesting. It wasn't really as horrible as everyone's making out her to be, but still not, like, really great. And also the John Williams score. Okay, I love John Williams. He is one of the most influential composers of all time. I didn't really find it particularly memorable. Like, it wasn't bad, but, like, there wasn't really much that was memorable about it. Like, even The Phantom Menace. I think The Phantom Menace actually had the best Star Wars score, despite it being my least favorite Star Wars movie, but that wasn't memorable with that. And also, I would have liked some more character development with Laura Dern's character. And also, Snoke, he wasn't really as important as we thought he would be, but, like, we could have at least used a bit more information about him and, like, more scenes with him. Yeah. But in the end, guys, I thought Star Wars: The Last Jedi was a really good movie. Not my favorite Star Wars movie, and I've seen at least 10 movies this year that are better than this, but I do still like this movie nonetheless, and Yeah, I am going to give Star Wars The Last Jedi an A-. Guys, thank you all so much for watching my review of Star Wars Last Jedi. Please tell me down below in the comments what you think of it. I'd love to hear what you think. And yeah, this is Star Wars 303 signing off. See y'all next time.
Nothing really matters to me.